my name is Marcello. Welcome to the Source AV Design Group's YouTube channel. Today we look at and compare two open back headphones from Auribus Acoustics, the Sierra Aluminum and Sierra Reference. In this video we will discuss their build quality, design, comfort, and of course how they compare from a sound perspective with several reference headphone amplifiers and DACs, including the Ferrum Audio ORR, WANDLA HYPSOS 2 stack, the Ferrum ERCO, the Chord Hugo 2, the WU Audio WA22, and the McIntosh MHA200 headphone tube amplifiers. So let's start with the Sierra Aluminum headphones, proudly handmade in California from nylon aluminum with PETG Construction. The headphones feature a single-piece enclosure, a 3D printed plastic assembly encased in a solid aluminum SLM-printed shell. The hand-ground and tumble-polished 3D printed metal is a rugged addition to the headphones. The Sierra Aluminum also uses a 3D baffle with a spacious cavity so the driver can be pointed at an optimal angle towards the ear, according to Auribus Acoustics. The headphones are 20 ohms and use 50mm peerless paper cone dynamic drivers and an updated version of the patent-pending linear extension system pioneered for the Everest headphones. The floating headband offers a good fit across different head sizes, has reasonable clamp force, and a comfortable design with deep hybrid Dakoni Elite genuine leather velour pads. The headband assembly is polished, which I prefer for both the ease of adjustment and the look and feel. After talking with Juan and discussing the major physical differences between the Sierra Aluminum and the Sierra Reference that can't be seen, Juan let me know they use different felt filters along with small changes to the enclosure, and the headphone jacks are recessed a little. The tuning vents have a bit more restriction to help with damping, reducing bass distortion. These small architectural changes help lead to more efficiency, more damping, and a slightly more impactful bass feeling to the sound of the headphones. The headphones are $1,600 and weigh about 400 grams without the cable, include a padded carry case, a 2.4 meter dual 3.5 to optional 3.5 millimeter or 4.4 millimeter termination, and a 2-year limited warranty from the date of purchase for North American customers. Now let's take a look at the $1,200 Sierra Reference open headphones. The 2025 revision of the Sierra Reference includes improvements to the headband with a smoother swivel mechanism, as well as an optimized driver enclosure for improved mechanical and acoustic consistency, according to Auribus Acoustics. The assembly is nylon aluminum with PETG construction, with again reasonable clamp force and good comfort, weighing about 340 grams, 60 grams less than the aluminum model and 20% less than the Everest headphones. The Sierra Reference uses the same drivers and 3D baffle with the same driver pointing principles as the aluminum version for optimal listening. I already discussed the majority of the important differences in the physical design between the two headphones, and I feel like both are comfortable with overall good fit and finish, with the Sierra Aluminum feeling more premium as you would expect when compared to the Sierra Reference. The rest of the differences between the two headphones come mainly from tuning, with the Sierra Aluminum offering more warmth and slightly more dimensional sound staging, a bit more bass, and a smoother top end. Listening with the Sierra Aluminum headphones to the acoustic version of Kiss from a Rose by Seal, the harpsichord in the opening sounds fuller, with a greater sense of ease compared to the more metallic, sharper presentation of the instrument when listening to the Sierra Reference. When the bass frequencies come in alongside Seal's vocals, the bass feels and sounds fuller and more vibrant than the less emphasized yet still very present bass frequencies of the Sierra Reference. Listening with the Sierra Reference and the harpsichord does stand out more, along with some of the percussion instruments that fall into the same frequency range. However, the vocals of Seal also have a bit more energy in the higher range of his vocals on the track that present with a bit more edge and definition in place of a smoother, warmer depth presented by the Sierra Aluminum. This gives a listener two distinct qualities in sound. The Sierra Reference emphasizes the upper frequencies a bit more than the Sierra Aluminum, leading to a more exciting sound that many listeners who love to analyze and detect every detail in music will likely find very appealing. Whereas the Sierra Aluminum has a more ethereal, warm, and intoxicating sound that pulls you deep into the music in an exquisite way. The type of headphones I am drawn to immediately for my personal preferences. There is still plenty of top end and upper mid-range energy from the aluminum headphones, clearly defining the instruments in this range. However, vocals and strings present with a bit more body and a bit less edge. Detailed presentation is superb on both headphones, allowing you to analyze and place instruments on their sound stages. I do find the aluminum headphones have a bit more dimensional soundstage, which is a stunning sound feature of the headphones. Listening to Down, the Frankie Rizzardo remix featuring Marion Hill, the bass drop at about the 15-second mark rumbles with authority and power, pairing effortlessly with the Sierra aluminum. Listening to the Sierra Open, the keys and synths sound more defined and detailed in the mix, with the bass still sounding extremely powerful and impactful, unlike some reference headphones from other manufacturers, which are quite lean sounding. The Sierra Open delivers reference quality sound with excellent bass performance, with more energy on the top end that reminds you of the instruments or synths in this range. It is honestly hard to say which headphones I like better for this track, as I like the energy the Sierra reference brings, and the bass is a little less emphasized, which blends a bit better for the overall composition and the way the track was produced. If I were to give you an analogy that you might relate to when listening to this track, the Sierra reference is like a triple shot of espresso on the energy scale. You know, the type of dancer you see on the dance floor that is moving with intent and speed to the beats. On the flip side of the analogy, the Sierra aluminum is a double shot of espresso, and when dancing, moves more sensually. It has most definitely been hitting that leg press and squat rack, bringing some luscious bass to the table like you would hear if you were in San Francisco dancing at the Ruby Sky. The aluminum headphones present a smoother top end, energy, and sound more enticing and ethereal. Listening to Peter Gabriel's Don't Give Up 2012 remaster featuring Kate Bush, and it is without a doubt the Sierra aluminum I prefer on this track for the way they present Peter's vocals. The smoother presentation, along with the additional body in his vocals, sounds more pleasing to me with less edge and more emotion. Listening to Grand Canyon from Puscifer's Money Shot album and the Sierra aluminum is an exceptional match for this track. The headphones' ethereal nature paired with the ethereal delivery of Maynard's and Karina's vocals creates an exceptional sound. At about the 3:02 mark of the track, the kick drum slams with authority under the trailing ends of Maynard's vocals, while Karina's vocals come in as a stark contrast to the kick drum's deep power, and the Sierra aluminum headphones capture this contrast beautifully. Honestly, the Sierra reference headphones don't disappoint me either. I really think both these headphones sound exceptional at their respective prices. Listening to Lateralis from Tool, and if I were on a desert island and I were told I would have to choose between these two headphones, it would be a difficult task because I thoroughly enjoy both their sounds. And depending on how a song was produced or the genre of music I was listening to, I may prefer one over the other. However, for listening to hard rock, metal, and alternative, the additional bass and warmth along with a more refined top end would likely push me towards the Sierra aluminum headphones. However, for listening to jazz, some modern, well-recorded pop rock, or classical music, I may choose a Sierra reference for its sound. This is why it's so important to always get your own ears on a set of headphones you are considering purchasing, along with the potential chain you will be listening with, as the amp and DAC can further influence the sound. I should also mention that both of these headphones require a good amplifier with some power to flesh out their sound fully. Please don't plug these into your laptop or phone and expect to hear what Juan had in mind when he designed these headphones. If you are in Southern California or making a trip to the area, we have a large headphone bar in our showroom with walls and walls of headphones, amplifiers, and DACs for you to listen to, including both of these headphones, so you can give them a listen and make the choice for yourself. I really like the refinements to the Sierra reference since the first time I reviewed and listened to the pre-production headphones long ago. The new Sierra aluminum has a rugged elegance to its look, with a sound quality I am extremely attracted to. Well done, Juan. Both of these headphones are now available for purchase on our website. However, at the time of this video, both headphones are made to order, so you can expect a little lead time after purchasing to get them. We currently have limited stock of the Sierra reference. Visit us online, check the links in the video description, or stop by our store. We're always happy to help you build your dream audio system without any pushy salespeople. We have some exciting videos coming this year featuring new product announcements, so please consider subscribing to our channel. This is the part of the video where we invite you to share your thoughts on these two headphones in the comments. Let us know what you think. Until next time, friends, remember, let the music be your guide.